Grüß euch, zurück zum Gemeinschaftskanal der deutschen AoE3 Liga. Ich bin Megas und ich bin da hier in meinem Homescreen als kleiner Disclaimer. Das Video der Cast, der jetzt folgt, wurde gecastet im Zuge von unserem Auftakt-Event auf Twitch, das wir international gestaltet haben. Das heißt, der Cast hier ist auf Englisch und für die Leute, die das nicht interessiert, mit ihnen sage ich kurz Entschuldigung. Aber es wird natürlich weiter mit deutsche Casts auf dem Kanal gehen. Ich wollte euch nur den Upload, ich wollte euch die Spiele nicht ersparen, falls ihr euch durch meinen grässlichen Akzent durchgekämpfen könnt und wollt. Und falls kein Interesse ist, dann sehen wir uns dann ab nächster Woche wieder mit deutschen Casts. Das wollte ich nur gesagt haben. Viel Spaß mit dem Spiel. Ich bin raus. Servus.
I'm now sitting on the first game on Ethiopia. Oh, not on Ethiopia, but on Florida. You tell me when you're ready?
Ja. Loads. Ah, the other round. I put the bands wrong. I will do that after the game. Alright, 3, 2. Why
Okay.
aren't you changed? I'm sorry, you had to see that. Overlay.
We're now ready or what?
Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm at 1 second.
I'm at 4 seconds.
3. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes. So we have an interesting matchup. We see Satanic Keili on the upper side of the map with the Ethiopians. I did spoil because I'd see it already. And we have my little hero, Michael Jackson, alias Hihi, with the Mexicans. Yes, you can make it better. I think Funf is also a Michael Jackson fanboy. I am not myself,
It
to be
seems
honest. But
why would he named himself
yes,
after him?
Oh,
he killed the cow.
I don't think
that was on purpose, or maybe it was. I don't know.
Maybe we don't know.
If there's one who knows all the aspects of the Mexicans, then it's him.
Yes, I have to say, Florida is an interesting map for Mexico, and I would say a very good one indeed, because normally if you play with Mexico, you either start with a TP or you start with a market, and now you have the market, and it only costs you 50 wood more to get the hunting dogs and build the TP in the later part, and then gather 100 wood. So there are many possibilities Mexico can take with this map, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, on the other hand, this map is not the most optimal for the African civs, since they already start with a market, and the second one is then they gain a scouting unit. On the other hand, there are sheep on the map which benefit both of them.
That's also true.
Ethiopia at the moment a civ that is a bit underrated or a bit weak. One of the others. I'm not proficient with the African civs to tell.
I did play Ethiopia a few times. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not.
I did as well, but it was back after release.
Yes.
That's when I played
Ethiopia. My last attempts with Ethiopia are a few months or even a year back. But I also won a league game on this map with Ethiopia, so anything's possible.
Alright, we have the decks. We have the decks for Mexico.
Oh,
the deck is called Florida, and he has no intention going to Fortress Age on the regular way.
It seems that way.
He has three cards in age 3 which are upgrades that he needs if he ever gets to age 4.
Yes.
He has the Queen's Dragoons card.
This deck is a love letter to Dragoons, I think, because he has, like you said, the Dragoons of the Queen, which make Dragoons available in the Commerce Age, and he has the plan of Takubaya.
It gives them plus 10% also.
Genau.
And the plan of
yes, you're right. 10% more damage for Dragoons. And he has the plan of Takubaya, which costs 250 food and 250 wood, but makes all your soldados turn into Dragoons, and they got 10% more life points.
So H2 Dragoons? Maybe?
Which are very busted if he has both of them. But he does nothing like that. He takes the land grabbing, which makes haciendas more cheaper. So maybe we see
that sounds like a hacienda boom.
Yes, and he also has the Tlaxcala age up.
Yeah, this will be a hacienda boom. On the other hand,
goes a lot on wood, so maybe that will be his play.
Satanic
on the other hand,
Satanic Keili, also called Florida, both are prepared for this map. But it seems like a quite normal Ethiopia deck. He has his boom cards like Tabot in there. He has anti-water. He has H2. He can play H2 probably,
and H3.
Wants to go to H3 because he has He has no upgrades for the skirms, so he maybe will play more H2. Or is he making the India thing?
Oh! we won't wake the sleeping lions, the sleeping elephants.
Is Hannibal Keili on the rise again? We will see. Will he march through the swamps of Florida with his elephants again?
Who can it pull off if not Hannibal Keili?
Hannibal Keili, yeah.
Both are now in the second age. Michael Jackson begins with the Tlaxcala textiles, so he gets his settlers.
He gets
villagers. He has two of them, so he gets 6 settlers.
And also every hacienda that he will build after the fact will spawn 2 villagers. Keili aged with the Portuguese, I think. Arsenal is with the Portuguese.
And he starts with the Jesuit influence, so he gets from now on every more influence. So the influence is rolling up.
Spanish gold just with influence.
And to be honest, Satanic Keili won the sheep fight because he has 8 sheeps. I saw him earlier with his sneaky building car going behind Michael Jackson's base and collecting all the sheeps. And just one in the tiny map, in the tiny bit of the Seminole village, there's one sheep left.
There's one stray sheep behind the base of Satanic Keili. Waiting to be found. Keili starts with Javelin Riders. We have
Javelin Riders and the Palace of the Palacetes, so he gets even more influence and the Palace Wagon.
More elephants, yes.
Yes, the massing of influence can only mean one direction. If he's serial about it.
If he's serial about it, yes. We have Soldados. 3 Soldados.
Very good unit. Expensive, but good.
I think the plan is to make them Dragoons. I think this is the plan in the long game. At least the cards.
Maybe Michael Jackson smells the plan and is preparing for countermeasures.
Yeah.
If we look at the villager counting, we have 31 villagers for Michael Jackson, alias Funf, and we have 19 villagers for the Ethiopian. He's sending counter infantry rifles, but for what, I think? Because he don't have any skirmishers. But I forgot something. Yes, now they're coming.
The hand cannoneers and
the hand cannoneers and As we recently discovered, you can now build them in H2 if you allow with the Portuguese.
And I think
So you
those are affected by counter-infantry rifling, I think.
Yes. And now they are pretty dangerous.
They should be tagged as light.
Which makes the elephants more less predictable.
Yeah, less possible.
Less possible, yes.
It seems he will go for Skirm Goon combination with
On
Javelin
the other hand,
Riders
we have
and Cannoneers.
Soldados on the side of the Mexican, which is he goes on a raiding. He kills 2 villagers, crippling the Ethiopian economic even more. 3 villagers, 4 villagers. In our League of the Game,
and we don't
could call it already GG if you lose so many villagers and are so far behind.
We shouldn't underestimate 7 soldados. Those are equivalent to 14 musketeers.
Yes.
But we have the Abrunas in the background. They will heal every unit.
And we have the Cannoneers now going.
And the Cannoneers will be the death of the soldados.
But they make sure they get away.
But I don't think Funf has seen the Cannoneers yet. He has only seen the Javelin Riders.
Funf now snaring the very good 120 coin treasure.
Yeah, 120
Most of the
coin.
time you don't see it get picked off.
He also gets
now we are in the 10th minute.
Amalgamation. So his coin eco will be off the charts. Both stay away from water at this point. And not that the first salteadors come in, and the first and he sends
Michael
the overseers.
The overseers. So the salteadores get 22 more range. So they have 19, just like the they have then 1 more than the Cannoneers, because they have 18. So they would win the range fight. Satanic Keili does keep the Cannoneers in the back, so they don't get seen. But now they are seen.
I think now this is the first time the Cannoneers are visible to Funf, I think.
Michael Jackson did send the 5 and the 4 villager from his home city.
Look, let's look at the villager count.
His villager count's going off the charts, just like you said.
Double. It's double.
It's double but the points are just 2,000 points afar. But we will see how long that lasts.
We have to mind something. The Ethiopian economy is not just the villagers; it's the mountain monasteries and the livestock. So it's half the villagers, but the eco is maybe worse, but not that much. And now we see a villager walling. And if he would not have built that pillar, the villager would be alive. So, pillarless walls save lives, children. And we have 5 Chinakos on the field, and Chinakos are one of the best cav units in the game.
That is right. But we have also just like a good amount of spear riders, so maybe they can. Oh, and the Chinakos are engaging the shoulder warriors that are not the kind of warriors they want to engage. Especially
they would trade quite favorably against them if
but the spear riders are back and he lose almost all 5 of his Chinakos.
And now the infantry is open, is exposed to
all 5 Chinakos are dead, and the shoulder warriors are in the back and have free attempt to go on the salteadores.
I think Satanic Keili...
The points have equaled now.
The points are equal. Satanic Keili has the army.
Did take a good fight.
And the thing is, he has the Abunos. Those guys can heal during battle. Which means you actually have to kill off a unit to get rid of it. Because it will be full health in no time.
Yes, that is right. Salteadores do what they can, but they shoot at villagers and at cannoneers, so nothing they really counter. And we don't, and let's not forget the cannoneers make siege damage, so they pierce through the range resist of the Salteadores.
Yeah, it's like Abyss gunners.
Yes.
actually better than an Abyss gun because they're one pop unit and
Yes.
have mercenary stats. You can't master them because you have the bottleneck of influence, but he has enough to get another batch of 5 out.
Yes. And he still has a lot of influence left. Most of the sheeps are now at full food because so now they make triple the influence. They usually do.
And could this be the new H2 meta for Ethiopia? Skim Goon with cannoneers and javelin riders?
Maybe.
Because
maybe.
it seems quite powerful. It seems really powerful.
It is also it is really a very good combi. Let's see. Satanic Keili also did send his big Benny, the Bryce Bull.
Yeah, the big Benny.
Michael Jackson runs out of shipments. He did send the Tlaxcala alliance, which he can use to ally himself with with Maya.
Is it with Maya?
Oh, wait, let's see. No, he gets Jesuit and Mesoamerican functions in his.
Yeah. He
center.
has the Aztec big button, for example. He can call 4 Jaguar Knights, and he can produce Jesuit.
We have a lot of Chinacos, but they are not on the point where they should be now. Yes, exactly. Now they should go into the cannoneers, and they do. Followed up by the Shoulder Warriors. That will be messy.
Keili, I did not have to face you last league, so I probably did not watch your games that closely to know what you play. Now, this is scouting. This is scouting. This is my
Michael
league.
Jackson lost almost everything, but the cannoneers are still alive and kicking some butts.
How many are there? 22 cannoneers, all full HP. Those are beasts.
10 spear riders and 5 more on the way. And another big Benny. That second big Benny is on the way.
I think this now the score. Now
the score goes up for Satanic Keili. Maybe, just maybe the 5 Jaguars could make a difference if they pop right. But therefore, I think Satanic Keili has to go near the town center. Otherwise, the 22 cannoneers would melt down these 4.
Those cannoneers will destroy everything except of the Chinacos, and the Chinacos can be easily dealt with because of the javelin riders.
And we have more Shoulder Warriors coming on their way.
The points, interestingly, are still close. But
and now Michael Jackson leads again. I think it's now the pop.
He gets some good engagement.
Now Michael Jackson has to use the 400 to get the 116 coin in reserve.
Okay.
But all Chinacos get cleaned up.
I thought he managed to get a good engagement against the cannoneers, but he killed only 5.
There
goes the
GG, and that's the GG. Yeah, I think the big mistake of Michael Jackson was that he maybe his army composition wasn't right.
Yeah, I think after it's what would he have? The thing is, I don't play Mexico. The thing is, Funf wrote in the chat that the only games he saw from Satanic Keili played, those games were all FF games. So I think this tactic was not expected. This was not expected.
I mean, we didn't expect it either. We predicted the elephant rush, the elephant FF.
I wanted it.
Yeah, you wanted it too much, and you didn't get it.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's. I mean, we set here a very potent composition for H2 with Ethiopia. Let's see how long it lasts before it gets nerfed to death. Like every strategy the Africans ever pull off.
It's Ethiopia. Next patch, it's guaranteed. What would I have done if I had known this this is what I play against. So if I had known, I'm a sucker for making mass customers and booming.
Maybe instead of going with the Soldados.
I like to think that Central America Falk push would have done something, because the revolutionaries counter every cav on range, but you usually don't have enough of them, and there were a substantial mass of javelin riders. So I actually think that a Insurgente rush would have been the safest bet, zumindest in the beginning.
I'd agree. I would say that Insurgente would be more efficient in the early game against Ethiopia. Most importantly, because he did in the early game just build spear riders. Yes, they are ranged cavalry, but
can quite counter well spear javelin riders. This would not be the problem. And if you have 20, 30,
build up is a bit slower than Mexico, I think. So he could make more use of this and cripple the economy of the Ethiopian.
And the thing is, Ethiopia has a problem with countering heavy infantry. They have to get with the Portuguese and start producing cannoneers or crossbows. Without that, they don't have a counter unit to heavy infantry in H2. So I think it's I'm setting myself on the Insurgente rush. I think this would have been.
I would also say at least start with Insurgente and then go on Salteadoles and Chinacos. I think that would be more efficient. But it's just
probably. But yeah, if everything you've seen from the enemy is FF into Skirm Goon or Elephant, then you don't expect this H2 play. So it's mostly on that.
If we look at the numbers, we see that the resource gather rate or the resources, Michael Jackson had more resources than Satanic Keili, but the trade-off was again better.
Like the military trade was quite close actually.
We have 106 military units for Satanic Keili, only 75 for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but the
lost
kill-death
everything.
ratio is he lost everything, but the kill-death ratio is not that far ahead actually.
No. In the end, the 25 units Satanic Keili didn't lose were the whole mass of his cannoneers. You could say that, plus a few spear riders.
Yeah,
that made the difference.
That made the difference, indeed.
So, okay, let us watch the second game, shall we?
Yeah, I will go back to the overlay first and switch the bans, since it was a Russian ban from Satanic.
Yes.
And a France ban from... if you're wondering, Keili, why your stats are not here, that's because your name in-game has this funny little symbols that... so I can't find you in this program. The overlay. First game was Ethiopia, and second game Ethiopia versus Mexico. Ethiopia won this. We know Satanic Keili as an Africa enjoyer, so I'm pretty sure to see Hausa in the second one. I'm more...
Okay. What do you think? I already know what civs are played. What do you know Michael Jackson will play?
I have no idea. He, as far as I know, he plays almost exclusively Mexicans, which is fair enough 5 civs in one. So
that's true.
I think he once said something about what's the other thing, but I forgot, so I have no idea what the other thing will be. Maybe USA are close enough to Mexico from how they work.
That's cold.
Both are the federal civs with both have the extremely versatile, while you need you need to specialize your decks for everything you do.
Yes. But I can spoil you, it ain't the USA.
I I'm already in. I will change in the overlay.
I'm at 2 seconds.
Yeah, we will see the Hausa for Satanic Keili versus the Dutch for
Dutchen.
Funf, der Bandido-Bube.
Ah. And Satanic Keili, the almost always supporter for Africa. So are you ready?
I am ready. 3.
Okay, then 3, 2, 1.
Go. And we are back in Colorado, the second map for this week. And we have in the west, Satanic Keili with the Hausa, and in the east, Michael Jackson, also known as Funf, with the Dutch. And I actually have no idea what he's gonna do with the Dutch. I've never seen him play that. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure what we're gonna see from Hausa. I gonna bet on Songhai, which is currently the meta build and probably the strongest build. Maybe Berbers if you wanna go more on the economic route. But these are the two
we see
possibilities I see.
the natives just for me, because I tried to get the Comanche horse archers. We have now the Cheyenne, which are also a very good anti-heavy cav.
I really like the Cheyenne just for the hunting grounds tag, which gives you 12 bison in base.
Safe hunting ground. Satanic Keili now has built his stock for the herds, and he's trying to herd the second sheep herd in.
And we see a market start from Michael Jackson.
Oh, a market start.
Probably found some good treasures because he has a house and a market, or he chopped for some. I have not seen that quite. We have the Dex now, the Buck Rider. He will make.
Okay.
One thing that Funf loves are outlaws.
Yes.
So.
And what are the Dutch viable since one of the last patches?
Well,
outlaws.
At least in team games, the Buck Riders are outlaws, and we have also the Dutch state armor, which is more on the mercenary side of things. I don't think this is a viable 1v1 thing, but in team games you can definitely pull it off. But it is Funf, and he loves those type of units, and he will make it work, I think. On the other side,
we have
Raider.
Satanic Keili. Raider, yes.
And
both start with their three villages.
Yeah, this is a standard deck for House, I think. We have the only thing that is a bit unusual is the Canary Guards, the mercenary shipments. You see often the Berber Camel Riders. Canary Guards up, but also I think really
and speaking of which, Satanic Keili, the seed of Iblis, okay, did rescue the MVP of my match, the Notka Club Warrior. And he also rescued how's the word puma in English?
Puma. A puma is a puma.
A puma, okay.
Buttercup, the pet cougar. The pet cougar is the
pet
name
cougar,
in English.
Yeah.
Mountain
cougar,
lion. And we have the age up for the Dutch with the quartermaster as it is usual, and the Songhai for Hausa. And it is meta right now. We will see the Songhai Raiders. And I think this is a good call against the Dutch. You don't necessarily need to boom against the Dutch, because the Dutch do it safer and better half the time. Not all the time. If you're Brit, then you can certainly pull it off for a Swede. But I don't think the Hausa will have the need to, and the Songhai Raiders will keep the Dutch in the base. They have a good siege. They can destroy houses and banks if the situation allows it. So I think Songhai is definitely the right call.
And usually the Dutch have a bit of problems to go against Cav in the second age. And on the other hand, Michael Jackson has the Buck Rider, so he has the choice to go for an early anti-Cav.
The only thing is the bug rider. He can get them early, and he gets free with the shipment, which costs 250 gold. But they're really gold heavy. Sure, the Dutch can allow themselves to go gold heavy, but in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game, or 5 to 7 minutes at least, he won't be able to produce batches of 5 out of them, and especially if he wants to build some skirms too.
Michael Jackson's Gatherer BO is a bit off, I think, which indicates for me that he has not so much experience playing the Dutch, which is okay. They are not so easy to play in the early game. You have
He
to know a
basically
lot.
had to learn a second civ in order to play the Liga.
Yes, I think so too.
He
started,
especially now he's in Liga in the 4th league, which is more of a challenge for him. He was actually 6th league last season, but because of his elo, he just skipped one.
He jumped rocket high.
Yeah.
Satanic Keili, on the other hand, is playing very aggressively. He builds a war camp in the middle of the map. He did send a palace and build it right beside it. He did get 5 raiders regularly, not from the big button.
This
university.
Where's
his
the
gold
palace
mine is
going
so
up?
far away. Why didn't he collect on the nearer one? He loses 1 settler.
I think the thought was he wants to collect from the outer mine, because if he's under pressure, he still has the one in base.
Okay,
that could be the thought process. What we could see is something that Feldherr Tobi calls an elite university, because we have the trading post side in range, we have the TC in range, I think.
But we don't have a palace, and
the
we don't have a trading
post. The palace has been built in the center of the map, which is tactically good, but there's nothing speaks against building another palace in base and building the trade post to make this university ask for high students tuitions, because it's gonna be extremely expensive to study there. But it will be worth it, probably.
Oh. Michael Jackson lost 3 villagers, that's unfortunate.
Funf says his start.
Now
come the outlaws. Here come the outlaws. There they are.
And he's now sending the theater, which makes bandits cost less
population,
houses, and he's building more.
Yeah, they are the bandits.
Satanic Keili has a massive radar army. Now they're backed by the Fulani archers. He's
those are normal pistoleros. Those are not as good as some variants from other civs, like the desperados from the Mexicans, or the gunslingers
from the Americans,
from the USA. But they are at least against the radar the right call. But Fulani archers are in the back.
Oh, very unfortunate.
The house positioning, the houses won't go up. They won't go up.
The other one isn't built, so you can't see it. Now would be a good time to call the militia.
Yeah, militia would be nice now. But he has not the gold for it. He needs to sell a bit of food.
But he has the market.
He has the market now. He has the gold, but he uses it for renegados.
And Satanic Keili does everything by the book. He knows one of the weaknesses of a mercenary play is the houses, and so he destroys the houses.
I think it's with many civs one of the best things you can do, just destroy the houses. There are civs that hurt more from that, like Germans or Ottomans, but rarely there's a civ that does not get annoyed when you destroy the houses.
So now Michael Jackson's under massive house problems.
Yeah,
he has gold to buy more.
In the
wood
comments,
for the houses, but
Funf said the thing is he actually trade with Ottomans, and yeah, there's the GG. I decided
Yes.
to play Dutch quite in the shorthand, so he has really no
Yes,
experience with
that's
them.
unfortunate when you rely on a civ that is
And
banned from your opponent.
I know you hate Ottomans, but if you really need a civ under short notice, they're probably
Yes.
one of the best.
Ottomans are a very,
the other,
very steady fast civ for that,
yeah,
I think.
the second best, or maybe even better, would be, at least if you believe Toby and MFD, and I think the same. Just Maltese Pike Bow Rush.
Yes.
You don't need to actually learn this if you just need to make the Pike Bow Rush.
Yes,
Which
that's
is,
also true.
is their strongest build order anyways. Right.
Yes, so Satanic Keili 1-2-2-0 like me, so congrats to you. Poor Michael Jackson, I hope the next match will be more good to him.
Er darf sich zurückziehen, aber er muss auch einmal ein bisschen brav sein, gell?